What's going on, y'all? Got the little one strapped to me today. Listen up. If you want out of the rat race, you gonna have to fight, and not no little scrap. Not no. I'm gonna put my best foot forward for a few minutes. No, it's gonna cost you everything. That's what I noticed. If you want out of the system that most people say they hate, or they got to go to a job that they don't like, just so they can make ends meet, just so they can pay a few bills and have a few little tiny luxuries, and then have to do it all over again next week, it's gonna cost you everything. Everything you thought was just a part of the human experience, you might have to give all that shit up to get where you want to be. Like, this is not for the weak. It's not trying to make it so that you can live off your own assets, so that you can live off of something that you built. It The amount you're gonna have to give up, especially if you like a guy with a family. Like, I'm realizing as a younger guy, I'm in my 30s, younger guy with a family, the more I want to do for them, the more time with them I have to give up. Because if I want in 10 years for them to be able to have the things they need and want and the time with me, I got to give up the time now. I can't have all the time with them forever, right? And give them what they need. Because if I'm with my daughter 24/7, that means I'm not working. We don't eat. If I want to pay for higher education one day, right? If she decides she wants to go to college, I got to make enough money to be able to pay those bills. Well, what if I just don't do that? Then she's not going to college. And me saying to my daughter, listen, I know you can't afford to go to college. I can't afford to send you to college, but hey, at least you had me in 18 years, right? I know a lot of y'all would say that's a better trade-off. And I understand why you say that. I get it. But I think there's a balance in between, right? I think for me, what being a good father means, being a good provider, husband, all that stuff means, is that I got to provide enough so that I am not on somebody else's timetable. So that when my family needs me, they can depend on me getting up and coming to them when it's needed. That's what I think it means. And that means this next 5 to 10 years, we're gonna be going through it. That it is what it is, and that's why I say it's gonna cost you everything, because you're gonna really question why you're doing this, right? Because it's gonna sound circular. I'm working more so that I can get out of the rat race, so that I could make more money, so I could get more assets, so I can give more time to my family. But that requires me to take more time from my family so I can make more money, so that I can, you know what I mean? And the circle continues, and unless you build enough up, you will always be in this cycle. Because like the alternative is, I go to work so I can pay the bills, so my family's fed, so I can have enough energy to feed myself and my family, so I can go to work, so I can pay the bills, and then you just keep, and then you don't ever escape that circle. If you never make enough, if you never save enough of what you get, you never make it. You never make enough to get out. So when people ask me like, well, why would you work so much? You don't got if you don't have to do all that to pay your bills, right? Why would you do all that? What's the point? Well, I tell them simply because the reality that most of y'all are in ain't one that you like. And I don't like it either. I'm not saying like I hate my job or anything, but even if I like it, if it doesn't pay me enough where I can eventually step aside, right, while I have my youth, what's the point? What's the point? You have to be paying me an exorbitant amount of money in order for me to devote that much time. And if I'm going to do that, I might as well do it for myself. I might as well do it for myself. So I'm saying it's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you energy. It's going to cost you sleepless nights. You're going to wonder if you're even doing this for the right reasons. Does it really matter? Is it worth it? But for me, what I know is this. I might not have ever had enough money where I could just quit my job and live off assets. That hasn't happened to me yet. But I remember what it felt like to pay my house off. Okay? Let me tell you something. Everybody could tell you anything they want about what it's like and how a mortgage ain't that bad and the economy and all that. They tell you all that about how it's more advantageous to keep your mortgage and write it off. They could tell you all that. Let me tell you something. When the first month hits where your mortgage ain't coming out of your checks, your mortgage ain't coming out of your account, you're never gonna understand what that's like until you do it. It's very similar to parenthood. I can't explain to you what it's like to see your child smile or to accomplish something and the pride you feel. I can't explain that to you. I can't give you the word, and just like I can't give you the words for that, I cannot give you the words to express what it's like, the pride you will have in yourself and what you were able to do. I cannot give you that. You have to experience that on your own by doing the work, because there's no amount of words that can make you feel what it's like to sacrifice at that level. There is no words I can give you that will make you feel what it's like to struggle and not know and not be sure, but to do it anyway. No amount of words I can give you, just like there's no amount of words I can give you to explain to you what I'm feeling right now, even though I'm gonna try. I'm trying. Because right now, it's just a repeat of how much it seems like a goal that's so large that it'll never happen. Like most people think about their house. They think, I can never pay my house off. I used to think that too. I used to think about that about a lot of other stuff too. I used to think I could never pay my car off. I could never pay my student loans off. I used to think that about all types of stuff until I did it. Until I did it. You know what it cost me? Everything. It cost me everything. I had to do all the stuff nobody wanted to do. And this is no different. This is no different. It's going to cost me all of it. But just like all them other things I did, when I do them and I look back, I will know that it was worth it. Because people will look at me and say, damn, you did that? I will look at me and say, damn, we did that? I can't describe it to you, but just know it's going to cost you everything. If you really want it, it's going to cost you everything. Are you willing to pay? That's the question. Talk to y'all later.